So, good afternoon, sir. Our research entitled as Acceptability of ROTC as a Mandatory Course in City College of San Jose del Monte. Abstract. This study aimed to classify the acceptability of ROTC as a mandatory course in City College of San Jose del Monte during school year 2020. Revealed that the students from City College of San Jose del Monte disagree to the acceptability of ROTC as a mandatory course in CCSGDM. They're expecting to struggle for the additional course that needs to undertake in a mandatory imposition of ROTC does not fully guarantee the security, safety, financial, and health status of all students participants. Serving the public does not necessarily mean taking arms and workloads, but to educate the students and letting them learn that is wrong. Furthermore, to classify the acceptability of ROTC as a mandatory course, the researchers proposed the descriptions and the benefits as a supplemental plan to the students to tackle the definition of ROTC for those students. So there will be no students pressured
Introduction. This study seeks to know the background of the study and its problem. It gives an overview of the paper. ROTC stands for Reserve Officer Training Corps. According to Manila Bulletin, it's designed and affirmed to provide and limit the military training to the colleges or higher education in order to train, organize, and mobilize them for the national defense preparedness. As per Wikipedia website, it is begun in 1912 with Captain Silvino Gallardo as the commandant of cadets. All fit male of the students of the university were must to undergo to mainly in the infantry with the using of rifle. As a result of Russo-Japanese War and the Boxer Rebellion of China, the Filipino and American leaders realized that it is needed to have and develop a biddable military force that could be ready in the event of war. Subsequently, due to the increasing threat of the war in Europe, the Philippine National Guard acquired the program in the 1913 with Captain Juan Villasanta as a commandant of cadets. The first ROTC unit was born with the establishment of the Department of Military Science and Tactics at the University of the Philippines in July 3, 1912. After 13 years, it becomes as a mandatory when the current president is President Manuel Quezon. Signed Commonwealth Act No. 1, or we also known as the National Defense of 1935. After the World War II, it was demobilized and disbanded due to the country of the Philippines could not keep and afford a large military force since it is a depleting resources. Since then, baba mo na, Danica. Since then, as per official Gazette website, in 1967, with Executive Order 59, ROTC bring back and developed by the former President Ferdinand E. Marcos. He requiring premises ROTC unit in all colleges and universities. He ordered that having an enrollment of a 200 male student must include a course of military lessons, often known as ROTC, course as a mandatory as a part of their respective syllabus. For all able-bodied male of the Philippine of undergrad status. Thenceforth, when the Act of 2001, known as known as NSTP or National Service Training Program was approved, the ROTC becomes only an optional program for all colleges and universities, and it is no longer until now as a mandatory. Eventually, the former President Rodrigo Duterte hopes to bring back the ROTC in the higher education. Yet, it's not been implemented, so it's not been approved. Now, for the new President and Vice President discussed the ROTC to be implemented or restored again for the betterment of all Filipino people, especially the civilian, because they are lack of knowledges in terms of discipline, respect with authorities, and most important in handling and using of a weapon in any conflict may be occur and be prepared for the disaster and protecting the Constitution of the Republic of the Philippines. Therefore, we decided to conduct this study in our chosen school in CCSDDM for a convenient way to easily find out from the students if they want the ROTC be reinstated as a mandatory course for the student preparedness in the event of calamities, misfortunes, and war, so that they also learn the importance of obeying and respecting authority, being a disciplined citizen, having a single country, and lastly, support and depend of the Filipino and the country. Since this is now controversial, it is an opportunity for us to know at least one of the college in the country for the preference of the students of the City College of San Jose del Monte if they want to bring back the ROTC as a mandatory course. Methodology. The instrument used to gather information is a Google form of a survey questionnaire. In order to gather from the 20 different courses of students of City College of San Jose del Monte, and criminology is not included. Survey questionnaire used to determine the acceptability of our OTC as a mandatory course. A survey questionnaire are appropriate in this research because the researcher will allow the same question to be asked in the same order. Since in structured, all respondents will be asked in the same question. Using the dichotomous question, a survey questionnaire is consists of one question answerable by yes or no, at the same time for the reason for their answer. After the researchers finalizing the question and presented it to the teacher for the validity and accuracy. After the validation, the researchers work to improve and finalize the content of the data gathering instrument. Lastly, the researchers close the questionnaire with a Google form and reaching the target respondents. Then the data will be tallied by separate those who answered yes and no. As provided in the instrument, the correspondent each respondent's responses. The data gathered from the responses of the target from the respondents was carefully recorded in tables, analyzed, and interpreted accordingly based on the result of the survey. The data and information were assembled, categorized, and sorted as soon as the researchers collected them. Next po. Danica.
Acceptability of ROTC as a mandatory course will make students part of the responsibility that they don't want to do. Secondly, it will take much time of student to spend. Lastly, ROTC does not fully guarantee the security, safety, financial, and health status of all students participants. This is the table 3. The result of our survey about the acceptability of ROTC as a mandatory course and CCSJDM is that there are 50% who agree to have ROTC mandatory course and in City College, and there are 45% who do not agree to have ROTC mandatory course in CCSJDM, and there are 5% those who do not agree and do not against it. Next for discussion po.
The discussion, the researchers discovered the acceptability of ROTC as a mandatory course based on student of CCSJDM. Students say yes to acceptability of ROTC as a mandatory course in CCSJDM because almost all students want to learn or manage their time, especially for the male student in CCSJDM who did not pass the entrance exam, who want to show their skills in the return activity at the school. How about the students say no in acceptability of ROTC as a mandatory course in CCSJDM? They cannot do anything but accept rules like ROTC. The professor or the school can also help with their emotion.
Offering valuable advices and giving support during the period of the study, and especially for the patience and guidance during the writing process of our research. To our friends who were really there for us, make us smile when things gone wrong, and cheers and inspirational messages. To take them for their participation in the study, for their time and effort in answering the questionnaire sincerely. The respondents for their cooperation, giving time and effort in terms of providing the author all the needed information. You all respond are highly appreciated. That's all, sir. Thank you.